So hi again, welcome to the drawing board. It's pouring with rain outside here in Bristol, England. Horrible day. Sat here is probably the best place I would want to be. It's quite a busy drawing board today. Start of a new week. I've got 2 or 3 different people's projects that I'm working on, some paid, some unpaid. But I don't, if there's nothing on my drawing board, I don't feel right. Having an empty drawing board, that's not me. I like to be busy all the time, regardless of whether it's paid or not. So I just thought I'd take you through today, I'm calling these cartoon workshops. They're not interactive yet, but I hope they might inspire you to pick up a pen as well. So I'm going to take you through my new political cartoon for my regular outlet, uncancelled.co.uk, and show you what I'm planning right from the beginning. Thought I'd throw in a bit of advertising. I hope you can see this mug. Just holding it up there. This is Scousers In Space, which is my friend Jen's lovely little YouTube channel, and it's all stop-go plasticine models. I'm sure you're going to like it. And the other thing I'm listening to today while I'm drawing is the Week in Strange podcast, which is all about like ancient sites and weird and wonderful things happening in the world, and I highly recommend that as well. Well, let's get going. So just starting to draw this little character here. Hope you can see the grain on the paper in this close-up. It's a nice absorbent paper from Daily Rowney that I like. It's called Fine Grain Heavyweight 200 grams, and this is my favourite paper for drawing because it all kinds of inks you can use, and you don't get you get instant absorption, so it stays dry. You can immediately rub your pencil marks off over the top without any smudging, so it's brilliant paper. So here we are drawing the little face in of this unhappy looking character, and I usually make decisions as I go along as to exactly where things are going to be, but you can see, I think on either side in the pencil drawing you can see one hand down there on the right hand side, and there's another one at the top of the person who is holding this hat. So just draw the brim of the hat sweeping around like that. It gives you an idea of where everything's going to be on the page. Here's a bit more of this picture, and you can see now that I've drawn in the magician's hands, for it is a magician. He's holding the rabbit's ears with one hand there, and he's got his wand in the other hand. Who exactly is this magician? Do any of us know? I'm not sure myself at this stage. So I'm drawing in his arms, sort of coiling round, almost like a snake's, and he's going to be off in the right hand corner of this image. And as I said at the beginning, this is a cartoon to celebrate the ending of the COVID restrictions in England. So, is it the end, or is it in fact the end of the beginning? It's quite a momentous occasion, isn't it? I hope my cartoon is going to reflect that. The next thing I'm going to show you is the final black and white version. So this is the final black and white version. This is all done in Faber-Castell. I think you'll see this picture is actually in PaintNet. I'm considering colouring in using PaintNet. I don't normally, and this is a bit of an experiment. Anyway, let's have a quick look at this picture. As you can see, the rabbit is not really a rabbit. He is a map, in fact, a map of the Earth. it's a Eurocentric map, I'm afraid, so I'm sorry to any Americans or Canadians or Australians watching. I just happen to live just off the continent of Europe, so it tends to be my worldview, I'm afraid. So in the background is this mysterious character, very sinister. Do we know who this is? It, they, him, them, or who? I was debating what to do with his waistcoat, whether to put some symbolism on it. What kind of symbolism could that possibly be? I don't know. New World Order, Great Reset, that sort of thing. Who knows? I don't know at this stage. So I'm debating whether to colour it in PaintNet, and I'm going to show you the next stages. Now here's paint.net, which is the most common, and it's free. Most people have this. Some people have it already on their laptops, their computers, but it's completely free. It's probably the most well known. It's been around a long time. It's got its drawbacks, and I'm sure there are people out there who are so proficient in this that they can produce absolute masterpieces on it. I'm afraid I'm not one of those people. So I've been having a look at what to do with this picture in PaintNet. This is just to show you how you apply colour in PaintNet. Provided what you've got in the picture has got a solid outline, you can use the paint bucket tool, pick a colour. It can be a primary colour that's already on the colour wheel, or you can go to more and pick all kinds of shadings of your colour. You can pick how solid you want the colour to be. In this particular instance, I've picked diagonal cross, and I've picked the colour red, and I've simply shown you how that's applied. If a part of your drawing doesn't have a solid outline, you start getting into all kinds of trouble, and you have to try and go around with the colour and see if you can blot the outline out enough that paint bucket will then work. If it doesn't, paint bucket colours in your whole picture, and you have to constantly keep coming back out of it. So it's none of the tools in PaintNet are easy to use, and I'll show you on the next picture a bit more colour added. This is the cartoon with some colour added in paint.net. Added some solid reds and some yellow and some graded colours on the blue and the green of the earth. I don't know about you, but yeah, that might look all very well, but to me these colours are not, they're not what the human eye would see, are they? They're very flat, very garish. It doesn't matter how much you try to mess around with them in PaintNet. You can take, literally, this must have took me over an hour just to do this. And that's using paint bucket as well, not just paintbrush. And it's because I can't emulate in paint.net the gradations of colour that I get from using pastel pencils, which I normally use. So when I look at that, I think, oh right, those colours, they're very nice and bright, probably look good on the computer screen, but they're not me, are they? They're not me. They're not true to my art. So I've had second thoughts about colouring this in on PaintNet. And in the next video, we're going to go back to what I would call proper drawing. So decided to go back to what I call normal drawing and to start colouring this picture in just using my normal coloured pencils. Starting off with very pale colours and gradually building it up in the same way that painters do with paint. Not unlike paint, you don't actually merge them together, or you can smudge pencil. You can use the eraser to rub it and smudge it. And there are also water-based pencils, which work a bit like paintbrushes. I've never got on with them, to be honest. So you can fool the human eye. You can put yellow and blue together to make green with pencils, just like you can with paint. So I'm gradually colouring in the rim of this hat and starting to colour in this unhappy bunny rabbit. Yeah, he's very unhappy, isn't it? The title of the cartoon is for my next trick. We don't know who this character is, who is pulling the rabbit out of the hat, but you know, that is for the viewer's imagination. I didn't get on with PaintNet with this. I found it wasn't working very well, possibly because the drawing, it's a bit open. There's no hard borders, so the rabbit's paws there. When I was trying to use PaintNet, the paint bucket facility to fill in the rim of the hat, it didn't matter how many times I drew around the paws with the colour, it continually filled in the paws as well. That is one of the disadvantages. And you can spend hours and hours on it. I'm not kidding. Whereas when you're working with ordinary pencils like this, you can go as fast or as slow as you like. You can use several different colours in quick succession. Yep, the next time you see this is going to be the finished drawing. And I hope you've enjoyed this. So let's show you the final drawing now. So here we are, the final picture. Thank you for having the patience to sit through my ramblings. Here we have a very unhappy bunny being pulled out of a hat by who? The great controller, the magician, for my next trick. So is this the end of COVID restrictions in Britain, or is it the beginning of something else? I hope you've enjoyed looking at this little cartoon workshop. I want to try and make these interactive in the future. I think the best thing is to set it as a premiere, hope a couple of people come along and chat to one another in the the YouTube chat, and see if we can do a political cartoon together. I think that would be quite interesting. Well, the next thing I'll be doing is sending this off to my outlet, uncancelled.co.uk, in time for the end of COVID restrictions in England, at least. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like if you like my videos.